the RMS Titanic. Even after all these years, the name still sends chills down our spines. This luxurious ocean liner, the largest of its time, was meant to be the pinnacle of engineering. It was called Unsinkable. Constructed in Belfast by Harland and Wolff, the Titanic was a marvel of modern engineering. Thousands of workers toiled for years to bring this dream to life. Key figures like J. Bruce Ismay and Thomas Andrews were instrumental in its creation. The world watched in awe as the Titanic embarked on its maiden voyage. But on a cold April night in 1912, tragedy struck. The Titanic's story is one of ambition, hubris, and unimaginable loss. Over 1,500 souls perished in the icy waters of the North Atlantic. Their stories, and the stories of those who survived, continue to fascinate us today. What really happened that night? Let's delve into the events that led to the sinking of this legendary ship. The Titanic embarked on its maiden voyage from Southampton, England on April 10, 1912. Excitement filled the air as passengers, from wealthy first-class travelers to hopeful immigrants in third class, settled into their cabins. The ship was a floating palace boasting luxurious amenities and state-of-the-art technology. Passengers from all walks of life mingled on the decks, sharing stories and dreams of their new lives in America. But beneath the surface of celebration, there were warning signs. The Titanic received multiple iceberg warnings from other ships in the area. These warnings tragically were not heeded. The crew, confident in the ship's design, maintained a high speed. This fateful decision would have catastrophic consequences. At 11:40 p.m. on April 14th, the unthinkable happened. The Titanic, sailing at a speed of 22 knots, struck an iceberg on its starboard side. The iceberg caused a series of punctures below the waterline, spanning over 300 feet. Water began to flood the ship's compartments, overwhelming the supposedly watertight bulkheads. Panic ensued as the reality of the situation set in. Eyewitness accounts tell of the chaos and confusion as passengers and crew alike struggled to comprehend the unfolding disaster. The unsinkable Titanic was sinking, and there weren't enough lifeboats for everyone on board. Gap 3S. The Titanic disaster not only shocked the world, but also led to significant changes in maritime laws. In the wake of the tragedy, new regulations were implemented to improve ship safety and prevent such a catastrophe from happening again. Lifeboat drills became mandatory, and ships were required to carry enough lifeboats for all passengers. The International Ice Patrol was established to monitor iceberg dangers in the North Atlantic. Beyond the legal changes, the personal stories of the survivors left a lasting impact on society. Many survivors shared their harrowing experiences, recounting the night of the sinking and the moments of rescue. Their stories of loss, survival, and resilience resonated deeply with people around the world. Memorials were erected to honor those who perished, ensuring that their memories would live on. Survivors often gathered to commemorate the event, forming a unique bond through their shared experience. The Titanic disaster also became a poignant subject in popular culture, inspiring countless books, films, and documentaries. Museums and exhibits dedicated to the Titanic continue to draw visitors, keeping the story alive for future generations. The legacy of the Titanic is a testament to the enduring human spirit and the importance of learning from past tragedies. The world would never be the same after that fateful night. The Titanic's sinking not only changed maritime laws, but also left an indelible mark on the collective consciousness of humanity. It was a stark reminder of our vulnerability and the need for progress in the face of tragedy. Gap 3S. Decades after the Titanic sank to the bottom of the North Atlantic, the world remained captivated by the mystery of its final resting place. The ship's exact location eluded explorers for many years, adding to the enigma surrounding the tragedy. It wasn't until 1985 that a joint American-French expedition, led by oceanographer Dr. Robert Ballard, finally discovered the wreck. Using advanced underwater technology, Ballard and his team located the Titanic's remains nearly 12,500 feet below the surface. The rediscovery of the Titanic was a monumental achievement, reigniting global interest in the ship and its story. The haunting images of the wreck, with its bow buried in the seabed and the iconic grand staircase eerily preserved, brought a renewed sense of awe and reverence. The exploration of the Titanic's remains provided invaluable insights into the ship's final moments and the events that led to its sinking. Despite the excitement and scientific value of the discovery, it also raised ethical questions. The site of the Titanic's wreck is a gravesite for over 1,500 souls, and many argued that it should be treated with the utmost respect. Efforts were made to ensure that the exploration was conducted responsibly, with a focus on preservation rather than exploitation. In the years following the discovery, numerous expeditions have returned to the Titanic, each revealing new details and artifacts. These missions have helped to piece together the ship's story, offering a deeper understanding of the human experiences aboard the ill-fated voyage. The rediscovery and exploration of the Titanic have not only expanded our historical knowledge, but also reinforced the enduring legacy of the tragedy. The Titanic's story continues to captivate and inspire, reminding us of the resilience of the human spirit and the importance of honoring those who came before us. As technology advances, we can only imagine what future explorations will uncover, ensuring that the memory of the Titanic and its passengers will live on for generations to come. Gap 3S. The Titanic disaster was a wake-up call for the maritime industry, highlighting the urgent need for improved safety measures. In the aftermath of the tragedy, international maritime laws underwent significant changes to prevent such a catastrophe from happening again. One of the most significant changes was the establishment of the International Convention for the Safety of Life at Sea, SOLAS, in 1914. This treaty introduced comprehensive regulations covering various aspects of maritime safety, including lifeboat requirements, emergency drills, and the mandatory use of radio communications. The Titanic's insufficient number of lifeboats and the lack of proper evacuation procedures were glaring issues that SOLAS aimed to address. Another critical advancement was the implementation of the International Ice Patrol, an organization dedicated to monitoring iceberg dangers in the North Atlantic. The Titanic's collision with an iceberg was a stark reminder of the threats posed by these natural hazards. The International Ice Patrol, established in 1914, has since provided crucial information to ships, helping to avert potential disasters. Additionally, the tragedy underscored the importance of ship design and construction standards. The Titanic's watertight compartments, though innovative at the time, were not sufficient to prevent the ship from sinking. Modern ships are now built with more advanced safety features, including double hulls and enhanced compartmentalization, to improve their resilience in the event of a breach. The Titanic disaster also led to the creation of the Maritime Safety Committee within the International Maritime Organization, IMO. This committee continues to develop and update global maritime safety standards, ensuring that lessons learned from past tragedies are not forgotten. While the changes in maritime safety regulations have undoubtedly saved countless lives, the legacy of the Titanic serves as a sobering reminder of the importance of vigilance and continuous improvement. The lessons learned from the Titanic disaster have shaped the modern maritime industry, making it safer for all who traverse the seas. As we reflect on the changes brought about by this tragedy, we honor the memory of those who perished by striving to prevent future maritime disasters. The story of the Titanic is not just a tale of loss, but also one of progress and resilience, reminding us that even in the face of great sorrow, there is hope for a safer future. The sinking of the Titanic sent shockwaves around the world. It remains one of the deadliest maritime disasters in history. The tragedy exposed the shortcomings in maritime safety regulations and led to significant changes in the industry. More importantly, the Titanic's story serves as a reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of humility in the face of nature's power. The human stories of courage, sacrifice, and loss continue to resonate with us today, ensuring that the memory of those lost will never be forgotten.